I'm Karina and this is Lifting Pins and Needles. Today I have a make to show you, and don't be shocked because I'm even shocked. It is not pants or culottes. I have broken that thing I had about tops and dresses. I haven't been making them since, I don't know, August? No, July maybe. So I have made a top and I'm super happy. I did cut this top out months ago. They were just fabric little pile was waiting for me to sew it up. And this is a Cashmerette pattern. It's called Cedar Workout Tank and Dolman top. So it's like a 2-for-1 pattern, because when you buy the pattern you get 2 patterns in there. So I'm gonna pop in a line drawing. There is like a workout tank with a V neckline or a round and princess seams and a back yoke, all sorts of stuff. I am planning on making that, you know, later. I just think that the style is so fitted. Like when you look in the website at the model pictures and the amount of negative ease it has, it is so tight. I would not be comfortable working out in such fitted stuff. I mean, when I go to the gym, I sweat and it's disgusting and I want to be wearing something loose and, you know. But I think that pattern could be really useful to make like a bodycon dress, because it has princess seams and lots of shaping. I think with the proper fabric you could get a really nice bodycon dress that's really shaped to you. So I think that's how I'm going to use that pattern in the future. But the other version there is a Dolman top, and now this recommends light to medium weight drapey knits and even wovens. So you could make this out of crepe or silk or viscose, you know, so that's nice. Looking at the size charts, I always have a size 12 to 14 for Cashmerette. This one does have a lot of positive ease, so it's a nice loose top. And I never planned to make it for working out at all. I just want it for wearing, you know. And I think that tie in the center is really cute. I've always wanted to have a top like that. But I've always wanted to have one that's really well finished in the front. Even when I've seen these styles in ready to wear, it's just like they hem the points and it just looks really like not nice. So I like that this has a whole facing that covers the whole hem all the way around, and the little 2 points that go down you can see on the line drawing. So I knew it was going to be a bit harder to sew on this rayon spandex thing fabric that I have. I knew I was going to have to pin and be super careful with that facing at the bottom. Now the neckline is supposed to have a facing too, but I don't do facings on knits. I don't like it, and I'm only doing the facing on the hem because it has to be there, but I just do a neckband around here. Anyway, I will show you some process and then I'll be right back to show you the top. This is the Dolman top by Cashmerette, and very easy to put together so far. Just sew up the center front seam, and there's a notch mark there. So sew up to there. I had already overlocked the edges and just finger press them open. Shoulder seam sewn, side seam sewn. I've tried it on, nice and loose and comfy. Now the finishing of the bottom is done with these facings that have the same shape as all this. So I think that's going to take me the longest. There is supposed to be a facing for the neckline, but I don't really appreciate doing facings with knits, so I'm just going to do a neckband. I have a little chalk mark there where I've tried it on, where I'm going to lower that neckline at the front by 1 inch. Just personal preference. I'm going to lower that, measure that circumference, and then calculate the length of the band. I usually use about 80% of that, especially for this type of knit. So I'm going to assemble the facing and show it to you next. This looks like any old weirdness, doesn't it? But there is a facing for the bottom hem and everywhere. So this is the back piece there. These are the side seams of the facings that will match the side seams of the top. And here is that little knotted piece that's in the front. There is a notch there. I don't cut into the notches, I just mark them with chalk. So I'm going to sew up to there, press those seams open. They don't need to be finished because this will be all, you know, like inside. I will need to finish all these top bits there though, all the way around. I'm going to finish that with overlocker. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to go and put this onto the top somehow. Now there are about 1,000 pins here. I had to open another packet. So basically the facing here is what you can see on top. The edges on the top have been serged all the way around. And I'm basically going to start here at the middle where that little tie thingy is formed. Go down, up, around, and finish right there. And now this is the tricky part of the top. It needs to come out really well done, or else it's going to have like a horrible pucker. I'll try to close up so you can see there. That little point there starts right where that stitching stopped, uniting that facing center right there. And on the other side, on the center front, it's exactly where that stitch line stops too. So I have to start precisely right there. And when I finish, I have to finish right there as well, precisely on that little spot right there. So there's going to be hand wheeling there. I'm not going to back stitch. I'm going to leave the threads loose so I can knot them, and that's how I can get it more precise right there. I actually left this intersection for the last. I'd already sewn all the facing all the way around, so I didn't have to deal with the pins on this area. You can see me putting my presser foot and lowering the needle just with the hand wheel very slowly in that intersection. And once I'm past that critical area where I don't want there to be any puckers, I just go ahead and sew, and you're going to see that there's already a stitching line, the part that I've already done all the way around. So I do that on the other side as well, and you can see a little close-up of that little intersection there where the facing meets that critical corner. I want to clarify, the instructions were not like this, they were easier, but I just wanted it to be sharp, really sharp in that corner. So that's how it looks when it's been pressed. That little tie has been turned under, and now I've marked with a chalk from that middle 4 centimeters around there, and I'm going to try to follow that with my twin needle when I hem. So this is a very, very slow process with the twin needle. I want to get a really precise result. Painfully slow on that corner, not corner really, rounded area there where the ties are. Took my time because I really wanted it precise. Here I'm whizzing past it really fast images. But once I'm past all that curve, then it's just a normal hem all the way around at 3.5 centimeters. Okay, so from what you can see, the way I finished this little corner is different to what the pattern had you do. The pattern had you like just place them together and then sew around. But I don't think that would have given it a really crisp finish that I have there. Yeah, so I just did it the harder way. I just made it harder on myself. Now top stitching on that hem with the twin needle took me ages because I really wanted it to be precise. You saw how I measured and everything, so I really did take my time to finish this. You can see my neckband there. I cut it at 80% of the circumference, so circumference was 76 centimeters and my band was 60, and it worked out really well. Now I sewed the whole top with a straight stitch. I didn't use a zigzag stitch because nothing needs to stretch. It's very loose, very flowy, nothing really needs to stretch. The twin needle does stretch because that's the way it works. You know, at the back it creates some sort of zigzag. So I did use a small zigzag to sew on the neckband. Otherwise, all the rest is just straight stitch at 3 millimeters, I think, is the length I chose. So super happy, very nice. I have a fit clip to show you now. I want to highlight the interesting bit of this top, and you can see up close the facing and how neat and tidy these ties are. I don't like it when they just hem them, it looks super messy, but in this way it looks super nice. And I've been toying with the idea of transferring those ties off to the side, or even using those pattern pieces to put on other patterns. So I'm really excited about that opportunity. The top is nice and loose fitting. So yeah, I'm super excited to transfer that tie thing to the side seam. I think that would look really cute. I could use all the same pattern pieces, you know, it'll be the same thing, just move it off to a side seam. And then the facings, I would have to redraft again. That would be a little bit different, yeah, but not that different really, because you're just moving it from one seam to another. yeah, so I'm really excited about trying that option. And also I can use this pattern and transfer all that business with the tie to like another pattern, a tank top, a cami, anything, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna be stealing these pattern pieces and putting them on other stuff, because that's what's the most fun about sewing for me, is using the resources or stuff you have and creating new things, mixing and matching and all that stuff. So that's really cool. So that is all for me. I recommend this pattern, very nice. I like this Dolman top, it's super nice. Yeah, I want to make more. I want to try it on a woven to see how it turns out as well. I do have my wardrobe full of woven stuff in there, but you know, easing my way back into tops. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button if you liked it, and put that little bell thingy there, click on that so you can get a notification when I upload. I'll leave you with some pictures, and goodbye, happy